Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Dom, and today we're going to be having a look at adding CSS styles to your HTML elements using JavaScript, or in other words, how to style your HTML elements programmatically using JavaScript. For example, you can do things such as when the user clicks on a button, then change this CSS style and vice versa to make your pages more interactive. Now, this here is going to be valuable if you are just starting out to learn web development or you want to recap. So I'm going to be covering some best practices also in today's video using classes and so on. But yeah, we're going to be having a look at this example right here, which involves a paragraph tag, and we're going to be hiding it or showing it when the user clicks on this button. So we can see inside the index.html file, I've simply got both the button and the paragraph tag, and they both have an ID associated with them. Now, I might just change this ID for the paragraph to be my paragraph, just for simplicity and consistency with the button ID. And now hopping within the index.css, the CSS file just contains some basic styling to make it look good for the video recording. Okay, so don't worry about that. And the JavaScript file is currently empty. So let's begin inside the JavaScript file by getting a reference to both the button and the paragraph. So let's say const button is equal to document.getElement by ID, then provide my button as the ID, of course, matching up with the one provided in the HTML, equal to my paragraph. So very straightforward. So hopping down, we are now going to take a look at the most basic, usage of adding some CSS styles with JavaScript. So we're going to target the paragraph tag. We're now going to say .style. So the style property on your HTML element objects allow you to interact with the inline styles on your elements. So this here, whatever I do here is going to apply to some inline styles on that element. For example, if I scroll down, we have all of the CSS properties available to us, and they're all in the camel case format. I can say paragraph.style.background color is equal to, and then I can change it. I can say, for example, FF0000. I can save this, and there we go. When the page first loads up, it's going to change the background color immediately. And you can, of course, put this code within your event handlers. For example, when you click on a button, you can simply run this code, and it's all going to work just fine. Now, it is important to also, once again, reiterate that this is going to be inline styles, which means if I was to go into the dev tools in the console here, I can select the paragraph tag, and I can just scroll up a little bit, and we can see on the paragraph we have the style attribute, and it is being populated programmatically by the JavaScript code. So let's now take advantage of the CSS display property to hide this paragraph when this button is clicked on. So if you've used the display property before, you know that a display with a value of none is going to simply get rid of the element from the page, and everything else is going to collapse alongside it. So let's go inside here, remove this background color line, and we're going to say button.addEventListener. So when the button is clicked on, okay, so have a click event type there, we can run this arrow function. Now, the body of this arrow function is going to simply change the display property of that paragraph tag. We can say paragraph.style.display is equal to none. I can save this. Okay, we have the normal paragraph back without the red background. I can now click on the button and it disappears. Once again, in the dev tools, if I scroll up, we of course have a style with a display of none on the paragraph tag. Okay, fantastic. Now, this is great. However, when working with inline styles, it can become difficult, especially in larger projects, to manage all of these styles. You are also giving the responsibility of styling your page to JavaScript when instead that can all be managed within CSS. So it is typically considered to be bad practice to start messing with the inline styles of your elements in the JavaScript code itself, and instead it is recommended to take advantage of CSS classes instead. So like I said, this works. However, there is probably a better way to do this, and that's going to be using CSS classes. How would this look? How would I use CSS classes to style my elements? Well, let's go back inside the CSS style sheet and create a new class which is going to hide the paragraph. Okay, I'm going to say a class of hidden, just like this, right? So dot hidden. I'm now going to say display and set this to be none. So this means essentially that any element with this class is going to have a display of none. Okay, let's refresh the page just to get back to our normal state. And I'm going to go in the index.html and just add the class of hidden on the paragraph. I'll save this, and we can see when the page refreshes, the paragraph is gone. All right. Keep in mind that, of course, the code here with the button did not run because we never clicked on the button. I can even get rid of this line just to double check this and confirm it, right? I can remove that line about the event listener, refresh the page, and the paragraph is still gone. So yeah, it's simple. It's simple how this works, right? The class is on the paragraph, therefore, it's invisible, right? So we're going to simply change our JavaScript code to, instead of, touching the style directly, it is going to instead grab onto the class list instead. So we're going to say here paragraph dot class list. Okay, this here allows you to interact with the classes on an element. So paragraph dot class list dot add. We're going to add the class of hidden, just like this. I'll save this and remove the class by default in the HTML, so I can save it, and we have the normal initial state of this paragraph up now. If I was to click on the button, it is gone. Now, this time, of course, as you may expect, upon looking at the elements section, this time there is no inline styles. However, there is a class which says hidden, and that, of course, is making our paragraph go away. You can follow this pattern for many different things. Imagine you have a button which changes color from a gray background to a green success background, right? You can simply have a modifier class on your button to say button-active or button-success. And you can simply, add that success modifier class to your button whenever you want it to look a little different. And the benefit of doing this is, once again, you decouple your styling from your JavaScript and you keep it all in your CSS style sheet. This means if I was to try and change, any properties inside here, going back to the success example, let's say not only you want to change the background color to be green for success, you may also want to change the font weight to be bold or the text color to be white. So when you have all those different modifications, it's much easier to manage inside a class as opposed to having those inline styles in the JavaScript code. Now, one thing to also mention in regards to all of this is a pretty common scenario, right? Where you want to, toggle something on and off. And the problem with this solution right now is, of course, if I was to click on the button again, it doesn't work. It keeps trying to add the hidden class to the actual paragraph itself. What we can do instead is we can actually take advantage of the toggle method. So there is a remove just like this. So that's going to remove that class, but there is also a toggle. So if I say paragraph.classList.toggle, this means if I was to click on it, the code is going to check if the hidden class is on the paragraph already. If it is, it's going to remove it. If it's not, it's going to bring it back. So if I click it again, it's going to come back. So the toggle method is very useful for this scenario where you want to show or hide something and so on. So very handy. And that is all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that one and you learned something. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. There are many more beginner friendly tutorials on there and projects for you to learn. So that is all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.